Hey guys, MKW Pros 124 here, and I have a new Lego video in 2025. Who would have thought? Yep, had this idea to make a pin and tumbler type lock mechanism out of Legos. Wonder if I could do it, and turns out I can. So I made it into a little safe, so the drawer is locked there. Here's the key, and then you stick it in the key slot, and it'll open. But this is the part that moves here. You can see you can't move it far enough over to open the safe because it's locked. So you got to stick your key in there, slide it all the way into the back, and then lift it up. And then over, and then it opens. So you can keep all your Lego goodies in there. It's got a nice large drawer. Put that back in. Slide this back over, and it'll lock it. And then you bring it down to slide the key out. Locked up. All right, let's take a look on the inside. Show you how it works. So here's the top pins. You can see when I stick in the key, if I can get it back in there, that it will, oh, that's why that one was coming off a little bit. Yep, so when you're making delicate things out of Legos like this, things bind up because they gotta be tight. Okay, there we go, it's back in. So go ahead, watch the pins there. And they line up. And then you can slide the tumbler over. But then when they're down, they lock the tumbler in place. So let's take it apart a little bit further. So you can see the bottom row of pins. So this is the little retainer that holds the top pins in place. So those will fall out now. And here's what they look like. Just the little tubes pieces with the ramp. So I tried to use a lot of circular pieces in this build, because if I were to use a 1x1 here, it would still fit in here, but it would have a lot more contact area with the surrounding parts. And I wanted as little contact area as possible on any moving parts to prevent binding. So that's why those are like that. So as you can see, those inner pins there move up and down with the key. So when it's down, obviously these pins will be recessed into the tumbler, preventing it from moving back and forth, because these pins cannot move this way because they're fixed in place by the retainer. So once those are pushed up like that, they're level with the top of the tumbler, and the tumbler can slide under them, just like a regular lock would in a rotational way. So again, there's those pins. You can see them moving up and down with the key. See how they're all at different heights when the key is in the bottom or removed. But once you bring it up, they all level out just like a regular key would. So let me grab one of these pins here. So that's what these look like. Again, using rounded type bricks to prevent any binding. So this is where the key makes contact. This overhang here is just to prevent the pin from just falling through the tumbler. So it rests on a ledge like that. And then this is the part that lifts up the top pin. So it sits on there like that. And then this back part here is just to prevent this pin from kind of tipping forward. So that's why that looks like that. And that's it. So the tumbler itself here slides back and forth. Obviously it can slide freely right now without the key, since there's no top pins binding it in place. And then the lock for the drawer is simply just that little pin that moves in and out of this hole in the side of the drawer. That's how that stays in there. So that is it. Let's see if I can pull the tumbler out Whoops, have a little broken piece there. That's fine, that just goes right here. Like I said, delicate parts here. So yeah, here's the tumbler. There's where the pins go, and the key pushes up on them, and they just sit down in there. There's a little ledge that they grab onto. Yep. So that's it. It's my wonderful lock and key Lego safe. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, where you don't have to move the key up itself, but this only took me like 2 days of just messing around to get this design, and it works. So yeah, mission complete in my eyes. Pretty cool. A little safe that I fit into a 16 by 16 plate here, and that's it. There's a little key slot the key goes down into right there. That fits in there, lifts up and over. All right, that's it. That's all I got to show you. So hope you enjoyed the random video from me. I haven't done a Lego video in a while, but felt the inspiration and made this little safe. All right, see you next time.